We begin at the White House, where President Donald Trump is poised to finalize a critical minerals deal with Ukraine. The commander-in-chief announced that his administration would sign the agreement very shortly as part of a broader strategy to secure access to rare earth minerals.
And moments ago, I also signed an executive order to dramatically increase production of critical minerals and rare earths. And one of the things we are doing is signing a deal very shortly with respect to rare earths. We spoke yesterday with, as you know, President Putin and President Zelensky, and we would love to see that come to an end, and I think we're doing pretty well in that regard.
The deal comes after President Trump invoked the Defense Production Act to ramp up domestic production of rare earth minerals while securing new supply chains abroad. The United States has been actively seeking agreements in various regions, including Ukraine, which has vast mineral wealth. Now, while negotiations had previously stalled due to tensions between President Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, the deal now appears back on track. President Zelensky recently expressed Ukraine's willingness to proceed, stating that Kyiv is prepared to finalize the agreement despite prior disputes.
Ukraine welcomes this proposal. We see it as a positive proposal and are ready to take this step. The American side understands our arguments and accepts our proposals. I want to thank President Trump for the constructive nature of the dialogue between our teams.
Meanwhile, on the front lines, the war between Ukraine and Russia rages on. And in a major escalation, Ukrainian forces launched a drone strike on the Engels Airfield, a strategic Russian military base nearly 400 miles from the front lines. The attack triggered massive explosions and fires, with footage showing plumes of smoke rising into the sky. The Russian Defense Ministry claimed its air defenses shot down 132 Ukrainian drones over various regions. However, local reports confirmed extensive damage to the airfield, which is home to Russia's long-range nuclear bomber fleet. As these developments unfold, diplomatic efforts to end the war, however, continue. And President Trump remains optimistic, saying his talks with both President Zelensky and Vladimir Putin are going pretty well. And now, with the rare earth minerals deal advancing and the battlefield heating up, tensions between Washington, Kyiv, and Moscow remain very high.
Good afternoon, Prime Minister Lakshman.
Good afternoon.
Making headlines in India well before you landed here.
New Delhi has raised concerns in the recent past vis-a-vis the Khalistani separatists that operate in New Zealand. How do you propose to address these concerns?
In our democracy, we believe in the freedom of speech.
Organizations like the Al-Qaeda or ISIS were to hold a referendum in New Zealand, something related to one of your Western partners. Would you say the same?
We have very well-defined laws in our democracy.
No specific conversation on Khalistan on this visit.
It was raised with me. I also raised back our position.
Are you willing to be open to these concerns from New Delhi?
As I keep coming back to you to say, we have strong laws in our system.
Do you think that Ukraine is at its weakest position?
This war is not about Ukraine.
Do you believe that your president was insulted? Yes or no question. Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.
Diplomacy will work?
Yes,
Do you think
will.
Russia will give up the territory if there is no ceasefire? Do you propose to keep fighting?
We are ready to resist.
Do you think there will be peace?
Many countries gave us 3 days.
President Trump said you don't have any cards.
We do not have another choice.
How do you keep fighting?
You are asking me once again the same question.
Because you've not answered my question.
We have enough capacities to keep fighting.